Hey guys, what's up? This is Harry Talks Movies and TV, and this is my review of episode 4 of HBO Max's Love and Death. This video will contain spoilers for Love and Death episode 4, so if you have not seen the episode, go watch it and then come back. And yeah, so Love and Death is a series on HBO Max that is based on the true story of Candy Montgomery, who murdered her friend with an axe. And there's already been a series about this. It came out last year. It starred Jessica Biel. However, what most people don't know is that this series was actually filmed first, but it was delayed for like other reasons, right? But this was filmed first, and then Candy was greenlit after this was filmed, and was filmed after, and then was just released first, just by circumstance. And I really do feel bad for this show because it's at such a disadvantage because that Candy show came out first. I haven't seen Candy, but I have seen clips of it. And I'll just tell you now, I've seen like clips comparing the same, because they're basically the same scene, because they're done on the same story. I've seen clips comparing the same scenes, and I just think the Love and Death one is better. I really do. I think the acting is better. I thought the Candy, that interpretation of the story with Jessica Biel, I felt like it was making it too like gimmicky, sort of like making her like act like a psycho killer, you know, like not like a real person, just like a stereotypical like psycho, like emotionless sociopath, when according to the true story that's not how she was. So I just feel like that's a little bit inaccurate. But yeah, so if you have seen my last review of the show, I reviewed the first 3 episodes and I loved them. I thought they were so good, and this episode was just as good, if not better. It was so intense. Episode 3 ended on a massive cliffhanger with Betty coming out with that axe, and this episode was so good. It started with basically just a complete continuation of what happened last episode in the cliffhanger on episode 3. It is just picking up right where it left off, and we see what happens. I know that we are going to see more because we didn't see the actual murder itself. So I think that comes in actually the last episode where we see the actual murder itself. But we do see how it starts, and yeah, and then it sort of cuts off before it actually happens. So I kind of appreciate that because I feel like that's going to be the biggest moment of the series, and I do want to sort of wait for it. Like I want to anticipate seeing it. So yeah, but what we did get was so great. She started off by warning her, and she was like, "You stay away from her. I never want to see you again." And then she's like, they need to get the swimsuit, and the whole time you can see Betty is like debating it, and she's just like, "Oh my god!" And Candy feels so. You can tell Candy feels bad. You really can. Elizabeth Olsen is doing such a great job, especially in that scene. You can tell she feels so bad and so remorseful, but also scared. And she was shaking, and it was very tense to watch. It really was. Like I was very on edge and very tense in that scene because it was just so well done. And yeah, and so the moment that Betty snaps is when she touches her and says, "I'm so sorry," and she pushes her. And God, I felt so. You know, I know that Candy, what she did was terrible, but the show's making me kind of feel bad for Candy. I know she's like cheating, like that's not okay, and that's gross behavior, but it kind of is making me feel bad for her and sympathize with her. Like Betty did grab the axe first, and she tried to kill her with it. She literally said, "I've got to kill you," and so yeah, it is making me sympathize with her, even though I know what she did was wrong. Obviously, she should not have done that. Also, one thing about this that I really didn't sympathize with her was I was like fully sympathizing with her, and I was like, "Oh my god, that is insane." But she left the baby, and I was like, "Okay, that's really bad." Like she didn't know what was going to happen to the baby, so I guess that's something that's really not okay, and it was just really what happened was already terrible, but that was just like on another level. So yeah, but the baby's okay. The baby was fine. But yeah, the whole episode was just tense. The whole time leading up to when they discovered her body, the phone kept ringing. Alan, I felt so bad for Alan. I felt absolutely horrible for him. He had to leave his, dinner at the business trip to go call Lex. He was just so worried, and you just kept seeing the phone ringing. And God, it was terrible. It was actually terrible, but it was so great. It was just terrible to watch because it was so tense and so scary and so upsetting. But yeah, just after that scene, Elizabeth Olsen is absolutely terrific in this. She is the best part of the show, and I think the show's great. Just when she's walking out of the house, I don't think we saw her shower. No, we didn't. We didn't see her like clean herself up. But after she's walking out of that house, she doesn't say anything. And when she's driving, she doesn't say anything, but you can see it all in her eyes, in her face. Like, she says 1,000 words without even speaking. You know, she does so great. That's something Elizabeth Olsen is really good at, is conveying stuff without actually saying anything. She's a terrific actress, and this was incredible. She was just, oh god, I'm like rambling about this, but it was just really great. It was really tense. It was really great. I kind of feel bad for Candy, but at the same time, I know that she's in the wrong. Betty did grab the axe first, but she went overboard with, killing her. And seeing the body was so disturbing, and knowing that that's a real person, it's just, oh god. But anyway, the episode was great. It was tense. I felt bad for Candy, but also, I understand what she did was wrong. Yeah, so I cannot wait for next week. I really can't. This is the best show on right now. I say that, and people are going to be like, oh, what about Succession? I'm not watching Succession. I haven't seen it. I'm not on Succession. So, but this is the best show I'm watching right now. It is so good. I cannot wait for next week. Elizabeth Olsen is terrific. But, and also the cliffhanger on this episode was crazy, with Alan, telling them about the affair. Because he starts to think it might be Candy. And now they think it's Candy, and next episode's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. So, yeah, that's it for this review. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this review, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Help me get to 200 subs. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Go check out all my other videos. Turn on post notifications so you know when I upload and you don't miss. Yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.